In today's video, I want to kind of focus a little bit more on strategy, and in particular, one idea, which is insurance balls. Now, I've kind of set up a table just to kind of give a little bit of an idea where this might come in and what it is. But let's say you come to the table and you're stripes. At this point, I'm not saying this is necessarily the best course, because this is just a quick example. But there's a solid down here, there's a solid down here, and the one's there for a pretty easy breakout for the 8 that's tied up with your 14. So it would be difficult to play a good safety. So what you want to do is you're to have to try to run out. So what I want to talk about is the idea of an insurance ball. Now, I've got several shots I could shoot. The 11 ball might be a little bit of a dicey cut, where the 10 ball or the 12 ball are real easy right now. But those 10 ball and the 12 ball are insurance balls. So I much prefer like the idea of cutting the 11, even if it's a little tougher, because I've got several options. No matter what I leave myself after this breakout, I'm probably going to have a ball I can shoot. I've got the 15 over here kind of by this pocket, and I've got 2 balls by pockets. So I got myself a good opportunity for something, even if I don't hit it as precise as I'd like. Now, ideally, what I'd probably want to do is go hit this 14 ball in such a way that the 14 banks off the rail, send the cue ball kind of down into this part of the table somewhere, and then I've got a couple balls to work with to get shape on that 14 and set myself up for the end of the game. Another thing that I kind of like, if I don't hit the 8 and I hit the 14, is that I can probably use the 10 ball at the end if I don't need it as an insurance ball, which is, it might be my only shot after this. But if I can use that at the end, I can hit the 10 and bounce up here, and I've got an easy shot on the 8. So that's the idea of an insurance ball. So let's see how I can actually do on this. I'll cut the 11 in, and I actually want to hit this side of the 14, so the 14 bounces off, and ideally leave the 8 ball where it is. So that's a pretty good example of an insurance ball. Now, after that shot, I have an easy shot in the 10, or I could go ahead and take the 12 and kind of work in the table from there. Let's set up another example. Okay, here's another setup to kind of talk about insurance balls. This one also kind of gets into a little bit of other stuff too. But what I'm kind of looking at here is I've got a cluster down here in the rack area that's left, and it's got the 1 ball and the 15 ball and the 8 ball. Now, I do want to look at that to make sure that if I break that out, that 8 ball has a very small chance of going in a pocket, because if I break it out and make the 8, I lose. But beyond that, I also want to give myself a chance to break this out and have some balls to shoot at. So this particular setup, I have a couple options. I could actually hit this 11 and come off the rail and come into this, and I probably have a pretty good shot of having a shot at one of these balls. Or I could basically maybe come around and then shoot the 12 and hit it from the top side. If I hit it from the top side, I think that's a little bit safer, just from the perspective of I've got 2 balls down here that are relatively easy. One of the things that I also like about this, a slightly different concept of an insurance ball, is this 14 right now blocks the 4 from going down the rail. Shooting the 4 is frozen to the rail, so it's a lot harder to shoot it across the pocket and make it in the corner. Not saying it can't be done, but it's a little bit trickier. So in this one, you can kind of use it one of 2 ways. You could either keep all 3 of these balls here as an insurance ball and use the 11 to try to break it out, and then shoot, you got a second chance at it with the 12, or you could go ahead and spin around and then come at it from the top. On that individual shot might be a little better, but the fact that you only have 1 crack at it kind of makes it a little worse. So I might go ahead and try it the first time, see if I can get this out, and I probably will have a shot on something, because if I come off this side of the 8, I'll have the 11 or the 10 over here. If I come off the other side of the 8, I'll probably have a shot on the 12, or the 15 will pop up, or the 14, several different choices. So I'll put a little bit of draw and try to hit that 8, see what I come up with. So I missed it. Now I end up with that other option, basically break that ball out. And I've still got 2 balls down here, so that makes it pretty safe to be able to get a chance at getting out of this rack. And note, I said beforehand, I made sure that that didn't line up to a pocket. So this gives me a pretty good shot, even though I don't have a good shot in the 15. That's a little dicey because it's close and kind of a funny angle. I end up with a little bit of a tough shot in the 10 because I'd be going over the 15. I'd have an easy shot in the 14. So this is kind of what you want to look for strategy with regards to insurance balls. Please check my other videos. I'll have some more videos coming out on strategy as well, and to kind of learn how to control the cue ball and how it's going around and moving stuff. Look at my other videos on controlling the balls and look at the fundamentals video. And like and subscribe. Thank you.